relatively simple concept. It's just the idea of, instead of telling our students, okay, here's your essay, sit down and write it, you actually teach the students and walk with the students through the entire process of writing. First, you give them some discussion and pre-writing that they talk together with their partners, they discuss their ideas, put it together. Then they start creating early drafts. There is communication among the students about drafts. They read each other's drafts. They give peer correction. It allows them to both get correction from their peers, and also, as they do peer correction on their partner's work, it makes them think. And sometimes I think a lot of people would agree it's easier to find the corrections. It's easier to make corrections on somebody else's work than it is to make corrections on your own. So peer evaluation as part of communicative learning is an extremely important step. And then finally, when they're done, the teacher is sort of backing up and watching the process and aiding. Then the final draft, the teacher reads it, gives comments. Once more, the student rewrites it with the comments. And by then, they should A, have a good essay, and B, have a much better idea of how the whole writing process works. And it's much more complicated than just, okay, time to write, here's my prompt, write an essay. So that's what we do, that's what I'm doing with this, only there's lots of amazing and wonderful things you can do with technology.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, background information, the school, intensive English program at an extension division of a university, the type of class, ESL for foreign students, preparing for American college, so probably somewhere you would say English for academic purposes. Age, 18 to 25, completed high school or college in their home countries. English proficiency level, high intermediate. To be able to do the kind of tasks we want them to do, they really have to be at high intermediate. You can do process writing at earlier stages, but again, this is English for academic purposes, assuming they're just about to go into an American university program. I didn't realize the sound would be up so high. Instructional units, process writing. Basically, write an essay from scratch to completed final version. Brainstorm, create the ideas, discuss with others, write the essay, proofread the essay, peer correct with classmates, create final versions, and using technology, publish their work to an online blog or some other website that allows your essay to go out into the world and have people read it and comment on it. Materials, computer lab. Inspiration.com for the original organizing of ideas. And this is what I'm going to talk about today. Corpus website tools for proofreading vocabulary and grammar. There's many, many of them. The two I'm going to talk about is justtheword.com or the Corpus of American Contemporary English, COCA. The blogs for publishing I've listed there at the bottom. We're not going to talk about that today. So, corpora and corpus websites. These are basically, for those of you that don't know, a corpus website is a computer program that's just taken all the words, all the text that's been put in, and the website can tell you how often is this word used, what are the words that are used around it. And those two pieces of information alone can be really, really valuable to students learning to write. Justtheword.com. This is the first one I would teach the students to use. It's simple. That's its virtue. For instance, you can just write in any one word or any two words. And for instance, I just put in table leg. This is a slide, so I can't really show you how it works, but we are hopefully going to be able to work with this. Here is problem on. I just picked a random noun and a random preposition. Problem on. This slide, as you can see, tells us here's all the places that the word problem on comes together. Now here is places where you might put a preposition before problem on. This is the kind of information you're going to get using this Corpus website. Here, problem on. See the red line? That means you don't use the preposition on after problem. Actually, excuse me, this first section is nouns that should go before on. The second section below, which got cut off, is prepositions that work better with the word problem than the word on. For instance, problem on, big red line tells you bad match. Problem in is a better match, and there's even better ones that go down below this. Here is another website, Corpus, the Corpus of Contemporary American English. This is how this one works. This is much more complicated, gives you a lot more information, and takes a lot more training. It was killing me trying to figure out exactly how all of this works. That's why, again, Just the Word is so much better a website, because it's so much simpler. Here's the kind of information you're going to get with this other Corpus website. It's much more complicated. It breaks it down by spoken, fiction, magazine, newspapers, academic. I don't honestly recommend it. And that brings us to the end of my site. Now, what I thought I'd have time to do is for us actually to walk through it. It looks like I don't think we will, but let me just give it a whirl to see if I can get anything valuable. Do I have time to even try to get on the website? I was going to actually have everybody go through it.
You have 6 minutes? 6 minutes?
6 more minutes?
No. Yeah, 6.
Oh, he's used 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 2
I've
left.
used 6 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. Let me see. Let me give you a favorite.
See, this
I hate it when these things don't go straight to
Yeah.
Okay. Just the Word. Just the Word. Here we go. Anybody who wants to follow along on their own computers can do this too. Here is Just the Word. Somebody give me a noun. Somebody give me a noun.
House.
House. Give me a preposition.
On.
On. House on. Let's try combinations. How often do you use the preposition on after house? Here is an let me see if I can figure out how to kill that. Okay, there. House on. House on drive. House on road. House on outskirt. House on side. These are all the times that these words go together. So let's pick the one that has the longest green line. House on side. And you can actually look. First you can see these are all real native English sentences for which house on or houses on go together. So you can see, do these two words fit together? In this case, I was surprised. I expected us to find something that didn't fit together so well. Let's go back to home, and I actually picked a few that I liked. Problem on. Combinations. This doesn't really seem to, like they have a whole lot of combinations that go together. Not particularly good match. So,
Problem with?
problem, no, we want to get ones that's wrong.
Oh.
Problem on. Because what students do is you want them to search their text and put words together and then check on this website to see if they're, so alternatives. This is why problem on, big red light, problem on doesn't go well together. Problem in, problem for, and what's the best one? Problem with. Problem with is the best connection. And look at all these times that problem with go together. It shows you that, this is the preposition that matches well with problem. Now this, needless to say, this kind of training takes some time. It does take some time to train the students how to use this website, and this was the easy one. You can imagine how much harder it was on the other one that broke it down by, here's how often it goes in magazines. That's an advanced stage. But I think this website is simple enough to actually allow the students to practice using corpora websites for reading. And with that, I believe I'm done.